Yo, what's up, y'all? It's the Hip Hop Gamer, and on today's show, I got my man Jeff Rubenstein from Sony. He's gonna put you guys on to what we can expect later on this year. Also, the game review of the day, Red Steel 2. Thank you so much, Ubisoft. This game is a 9 out of 10. It's fire. You don't want to miss it. So make sure you stay tuned for the review. And also, I got some breaking news on Xbox 360 and what's to come for the future beyond Xbox 360. So one love, God bless. It's the HipHopGamerShow.com, and it starts now.
Here come the pain!
Number one, don't go against the grain.
Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at?
Sunday, Hip Hop Gamer Show. Ain't nothing else to do.
I get money. I get money.
Game up. It's the Hip Hop Gamer Show. Yeah, yo, roof. It's your boy, Hip Hop Gamer. And guess what, baby? It's Sunday. Ain't nothing else to do. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show, because I got a banging show for you guys. You already know how I do. Now check this out. I want to give a few shout outs. One, I want to give a shout out to the lovely Esmeralda. Hopefully I said that right. But yo, this girl is listen, she very gorgeous, very beautiful spirit, you know what I'm saying, nice personality. She's representing Sarcastic Gamer, so you gotta go show them love, go check them out on the Pink Podcast. Ain't nothing wrong with listening to a bunch of girls, hot girls, talk about games. You would never go wrong with that, so make sure you check them out. Shout out to Esmeralda, shout out to my big dog Frost, this my man, Brooklyn Stand Up. Shout out to Social Gamer, that's my dude. DR Moore, one of the greatest graphic artists, designers out there in the business. Sky Limit Graphics is crazy. Shout out to Ubisoft because they gave me this. Red Steel 2. Listen, if you have a Wii, which I know 800,000,000 people got, you need this game. That's it. I ain't even gotta say that. You need this game. I'm gonna make it talk to you. You need this game. I'm telling you, it's fire. And that's what I'm reviewing today, so you're gonna see that. Yo, it's crazy. So other than that, another shout out to my man Daniel, because he did that new logo that's on my site, and that's on some of my videos that I put out throughout the week. So shout out to Daniel, because he represents Sarcastic Game as well. He's a good person. And let's get it in, baby. Spec Ops The Line. Yes, this is going to be a game that you're going to need inside of your soul. When you start, I didn't play it yet, obviously, you know what I'm saying, but I do know a bit more details about it. And in terms of the gameplay, this is a statement that was given to me by one of the people that's working on the game, that's involved in the game. But they love Uncharted 2, and one of their goals is to exceed the scale that Uncharted 2 has done in this industry. And after what we saw already, I don't doubt them now. Seriously, I don't doubt them now, and from what they trying to put into the game, they really going all out. This is what I love about the industry. Competition makes for better games. Naughty Dog is like one of the best developers we've ever seen. And Uncharted 2 just break barriers, and Uncharted 2 redefines, the action-adventure genre. Now, Spec Ops The Line, especially for third-person action-adventure army type of game, when you see it, like when you look at the buildings and the scope and the perspective, it's actually bigger than Uncharted 2 and stuff like that. But the gameplay is where it's gonna really change, because it's like a mixed bag of a few games and stuff like that, but it really brings its own element to it, because the way things happen is so random. So I'll give you an example. In a lot of games, you see how there's a moment building up to a cutscene, and then you watch the cutscene and it happens and everything like that. Well, in this game, for an army game, it's supposed to be parts of the game where you think it's like you're gonna be thinking that you're in the middle of a cutscene, but technically you're not. Everything is happening in real time when you see it, from what I'm hearing in terms of what they're trying to accomplish. And it changes the gameplay up so dramatically in a way that we haven't seen before. So I'm really looking forward to this title, Spec Ops The Line. And for them to try to exceed Uncharted 2 in certain areas from a technical standpoint, and from what we've seen and know so far, yes, this is a game that you definitely got to look out for, because it's definitely bringing that new tech, that new element that's going to change things. PAX West is going to have a big gameplay montage, a big blowout of this title. So it may happen before that, but even if it don't happen, before that, PAX West is going to have a big showing on Spec Ops: The Line, and you definitely don't want to miss it. This game is going to be crazy. Talk about cover system, talk about the run and gun type of action, talk about special moves. Watch. Just watch. It's going to blow you away, man. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is this. Xbox 360 outsmarts Sony in a big way for the future. Now, I gotta break this down because Microsoft is smart. Yo, I'm so glad that they're doing what they're doing, because not only does it make sense, but it also shows how serious Microsoft is about their gaming platform in terms of redefining themselves as a competitor in this industry. Now, one thing that was real strange is at PAX East, there's a whole lot of indie games. Like, it was a whole bunch of indie development games, like, you know, a lot of indie developers, and they showing awesome great things. Games such as Shank, which is on PSN and Xbox Live Arcade. Games such as Breach, which is a Xbox Live Arcade exclusive. Dishwasher. Like, they've been showing off a lot of games. But here's the thing: most of these indie games was only on the 360. They was like exclusive to it. So it just, you know, rang a bell. So I was talking to a lot of these developers, and I was wondering, what's the reason for keeping these games exclusive? I mean, you're an indie developer, so obviously you want to put your stuff everywhere. Why only stay on Microsoft system? And a couple of developers, they was basically saying how, yeah, it's easier to port it over, easier to work with XNA, easier to do this, and the platform is there, so yeah, it's easier. I said, okay, cool. So then I was like, okay, it's easier, but you know, you don't want everything easy. That's one of the reasons why you're a developer. This is one of the reasons why, you know, people get challenged. You always want to get the best out of your product and the best out of yourself. So everything can't, the answer to everything can't be an easy way out. You know, is there anything else going on? So I couldn't get this on camera. I could only get this, you know, off camera. But I will go on the record to say that games such as Breach, such as Dishwasher, I forgot, there was another title, I'm gonna get the name wrong, so I ain't gonna tell you, but there was a lot of great games there from indie developers. But basically, this is a trial run for them, and if these games do very well on Xbox Live Arcade, it'll actually secure them a deal to come out with a big blockbuster title that Microsoft will fund and publish. And this is Microsoft's way to get a lot of brand new first-party developers, first-party games leading up to their next generation console, whatever it's going to be called. But Microsoft in the next generation is already right now solving one of their big problems that they have in this generation, and everybody talks about it. What's one of the biggest problems that Microsoft is having right now? First party games. Now, what I mean by first party games, they do have exclusive titles. You know, they got the Alan Wake, they got the Gears, they got a lot of these games, Halos, they got these games. You know, but we want to see Microsoft Game Studios not just be a publisher, but we want to see more developers come under Microsoft's belt, and not just third parties exclusive titles or third parties helping out this and that. We want to see more of what Microsoft and what their first party has to offer. And one of the ways that they're doing that is getting a lot of developers under them in terms of owning them. Similar to how Sony just acquired Media Molecule for Little Big Planet. Sony acquired Guerrilla Games for Killzone. Sony owns that now. You know, it's done deal. Microsoft is following the same path, but they're doing it in such a way that they're helping indie developers build a name for themselves. So when the blockbusters come out, the gamers are already aware of these particular developers and their talent, that they're going to already be ready to support them. Microsoft is no joke, and if you think it's over, it's not. The next generation of consoles is coming, and Microsoft is trying to make sure that they're in the lead